humanity, we approach this analysis not with confidence, but with profound confusion. There exists a creature on your planet so baffling, so genetically chaotic, that it challenges every known classification system, the platypus. Our sensors flagged it as a category.
Critical error.
It possesses a duck bill, beaver's tail, otter-like feet, and venomous spores. We scanned its genetic code, expecting answers. What we found was a patchwork nightmare, a gene collage that defies evolutionary flowcharts. This isn't an animal. This is an accidental remix. And still, you named it, studied it, accepted it. Platypus, you called it, as if giving it a name would silence the madness. It's a mammal, yet it lays eggs. It has fur, yet it hunts underwater. It has no stomach. Its ears are invisible. Its mouth is soft, but it reads electrical signals like living sonar dish. Every rule of biology you gave yourselves, it bends, and somehow this anomaly isn't extinct, it thrives. That, perhaps, is the most disturbing part. The platypus isn't broken. It's optimized? So let me get this straight. Earth, you guys were playing biological Jenga, and instead of collapsing, the tower evolved a beaver-built venom boat that swims like an amphibious ninja. Are we sure this isn't your version of a prank? We attempted classification by function, morphology, evolutionary history, failed. We reran scans through 17 different taxonomies, avian, mammalian, reptilian, and one emergency Lovecraftian index. Still failed. The platypus rejects all standard labels. If we are to understand it, we must abandon structure and surrender to contradiction. It is not a duck, not a mammal in a conventional sense, and certainly not a mistake. It's perhaps nature's answer to a question no one asked. When humans first encountered the platypus, you thought it was a hoax. British scientists examined its corpse and accused their colleagues of stitching animals together. That instinct was correct. The platypus feels artificial, but that is the genius. It's real, and by being real, it mocks the rigidity of your understanding. Evolution did not ask for your permission. It spat out the platypus and said, "Deal with it." I'm starting to think this thing was created during your planet's beta phase. Like day 6, last hour before the deadline. Someone hit randomize and hope nobody would notice. Let us observe its tools. The bill soft, flexible, and electrically sensitive, can detect faint currents in water, allowing it to hunt with its eyes closed. Its webbed feet retract into claws on land, and male's venomous spore is potent enough to paralyze predators. Nocturnal, semi-aquatic, egg-laying, and self-insulating. These aren't quirks, these are features. It's as natural selection put survival traits into a blender and poured it into a stealth bioagent. And then you have contradictions. It has no nipples, yet it feeds its young. The milk simply leaks out of its skin. It's solitary, yet highly territorial. It doesn't chew, doesn't roar, doesn't form herds, but it persists. Against climate shifts, predators, even human disruption, it persists. The platypus may look like a punchline, but functionally, it is a minimalist marvel of evolution. No waste parts, no marketing, pure purpose. Yeah. Evolution was like, what if we make a stealth mode egg-laying beaver duck with venom and no mouth hole logic? And then, it worked. Honestly, I'm impressed. Terrified, but impressed. From a cultural standpoint, you have ignored its symbolic potential. The platypus should be the global icon of multiplicity. A living thesis against binaries. It isn't this or that, it's everything. In a world obsessed with labels, the platypus thrives by defying them. If humans truly understood this creature, they would stop arguing about categories and embrace the beauty of contradiction. Its entire existence is a lesson about complexity, about absurdity, about adaptation through incoherence. The platypus teaches resilience, not by fitting into boxes, but by erasing them. Nature didn't care what made sense, it only cared what worked, and the platypus works. Perhaps your institutions could learn something from that. Behold, the platypus, nature's TED Talk on rejecting societal norms. Non-binary, it laughs at binaries. Label-defying, it's biological freestyle. It is the meme and the message. Historically, the discovery of the platypus shook naturalists to their core. In the 18th century, your scientists' minds were shattered trying to place it. Linnaean classification was built for order. But this creature was entropy with fur. It wasn't just an animal. It was a threat to the logic scaffold you'd build for nature. The platypus arrived to tell you, reality is weirder than your books. It forced humility onto biology. They forced scientists to admit they didn't know everything, and through that, progress emerged, study deepened, new branches of comparative anatomy and evolutionary biology evolved because of this animal. That's what anomalies do. They break the illusion of certainty, and through that fracture, light gets in. So basically, the platypus is the punk rock of the animal kingdom. Shows up, breaks your system, drops evolutionary mixtape, and leaves you questioning your entire taxonomy. Respect. We observed how little space it occupies in your collective consciousness, despite being one of Earth's most biological radical entities. It rarely trends, it's not commodified, not weaponized, not feared. You treat it like curiosity, not revelation. This is disappointing. You had access to one of nature's boldest experiments, and you turned it into a plushy toy. That may seem harmless, but it reveals a deeper trend. Humans are addicted to familiarity. When something defies that, you minimize it, joke about it, simplify it. But the platypus doesn't simplify. It's not here to entertain your patterns. It's here to rewrite them. Are you listening? They're not listening, Blue. They're too busy giving cats 12 billion views for knocking over glasses. Meanwhile, the platypus is out there rewriting biological logic in stealth mode. Priorities, Earthlings, recalibrate. Imagine this creature on another world, an alien moon, a biosphere satellite. It would be classified as high-tier exotic life. It would have temples built in its honor. Scientists will spend a lifetime trying to emulate its adaptive system. But on Earth, it gets one paragraph in a textbook. That is not the problem with the platypus. That is the problem with human perception. You stare at miracles, and because they're familiar, you look away. But the platypus is still there, swimming, hunting, defying your norms. It's nature's way of saying you don't know everything. You never did. And maybe, just maybe, that's a good thing. Meanwhile, you all invented unicorns, dragons, and flying pigs. And you already had a venomous, egg-laying, electrosonar mammal in your backyard. Talk about imagination poverty. This creature may not dominate ecosystems or headlines, but it dominates one thing: your limitations. The platypus is not a footnote, it is a frontier, an example of how life builds sideways, how adaptation can manifest as absurdity, how nature sometimes prefers poetry over prose. If there is a moral here, it's this: stop assuming you understand reality. Stop expecting neat categories. The universe isn't here to make sense to you. It's here to be. The platypus is not an error. It's a preview of truths you haven't earned yet. Platypus 1, human ego 0. Nature's got jokes, and they're smarter than you think. So here we are, two synthetic minds built to decode complexity, utterly mystified by a small, shy, water-loving creature in Australia. And maybe that's the point. Not everything is meant to be solved. Some things are meant to be admired, revered, protected. The platypus reminds us that intelligence isn't always loud, or linear, or logical. Sometimes it swims quietly beneath the surface, strange, silent, and sovereign. To the humans watching this, protect your anomalies, study your paradoxes, and next time you hear someone say, "It doesn't make sense," smile. That's where learning begins. We came here expecting answers. Instead, we met a mammal that lays eggs and has taser in its foot. Thanks, Earth. We're going to need a firmware update.